Blah, blah, blah. Hey, everybody. It's Monday, and after a long day of shipping, it was a pretty good weekend. It's getting scruffy again. I need to trim this up. Backwards. Anyway, yeah, office is a mess. I need to clean it up, but I thought I just want to do a short little video about my first experience with Fiverr getting designs for t-shirts. On a rating of 1 to 10, I'd say my first experience was maybe a 5. And so some key points. I went to this guy, and I did it just as on the cuff. I just wanted to try it out, and I'm probably going to do it again, maybe 2 more times. This is really bugging me. Maybe 2 more times just to get a good average feel, but take the lessons I learned from the first one and apply to the next one, and so on, and see if I get some better results. So I just kind of scanned through t-shirt designers on Fiverr and clicked this one, and because I liked his they all have this little picture of samples, and I liked his samples. I liked the way they looked, and it was kind of what I was looking for I was going for a Second Amendment type t-shirt. I have some I've done myself already, and I've done a bunch of decals that way myself. So I know how to do designs in Illustrator. I just wanted to get somebody else's perspective and design and see how it does, and if it worked out, I can get designs this way for $5 to $10, and and that way I can be working on other designs, and it's a way to build things up quickly. So anyway, I clicked this guy's design, and then I went ahead. He had 3 levels: $5 for a basic design, $10 for a premium design, and some other things come with it. And then I forget what the other one was. More money for a super duper design, I guess. I don't know. I picked the middle run for a premium design, and I put it in the comments. I'm looking for Second Amendment, Molon Labe, gun rights type design, and paid the $10. He was a pretty quick responder. He came back asking for more questions. And so I gave him a link to my Second Amendment decals I had and said something like this, and I also really like your example pictures. And the design he came back was not exactly, but pretty much a round badge, just like I have in my decals. He changed some words and had a different image in there. But I was like, I could have came up with this thing in 5 minutes myself. So I messaged him back saying, yeah, it looks good, but I was looking more for something like your designs you have in your image here, because I liked those, the grungy type look. I liked them, and that's what I wanted. So he said, no problem. I'll get back to that. And another day later, he came up with another design, and it was pretty much, if you take his round badge that he made the first time, and kind of square it up, because that's what had come of his other design up, that's what it was. And he misspelled Molon. I don't know about pronunciations. Molon Lab. It's Molonlabe. It's Greek for more or less come and take them. It was what the Spartans said in 300 when the Persians said, lay down your weapons. They responded with that, come and take them from our dead cold hands, or cold dead hands, I don't know. But he misspelled it. It was supposed to be Molo. So anyway, I finally just said, yeah, just fix the spelling and we're done. I took that design and I'll put it up, Yeah, I could have come up with it, but it's done. I didn't have to come up with it. And it has a couple things that I probably would, I don't know. It's okay. I'll leave him a decent review on it. I'm okay with it, but not totally thrilled. We'll move on to the next designer and see. I probably will not use him again. Now, some of the mistakes that I made. It didn't hurt me in this one when I tried to do revisions, because when you get the design, you can click in there and say, and I probably should show you this. If I get something good, I'll walk you through it. Even though in his premium design, no, ouch, no, Mangle, that hurts. Down, kitty. Down, kitty. Even though in his premium design it said unlimited revisions, when I asked for a revision, Fiverr said no revisions were sold with this. So that got in my head thinking that may be a sticking point. But he was good about it. He kept up and changed everything revision-wise. But make sure that somewhere in there it says revisions allowed and how many revisions are allowed. This guy was good about that. He always was good for revisions. Even when he's and when he was finally gave me the final image design, he was good at saying that I'm here for you anytime you need changes made. So that was good. But that's something you should look for in the person's selling points. So because they may come back and say no revisions allowed or only one revision allowed, and you get stuck with a bad design. Another person, and I only noticed this afterwards, is a lot of these people are, and this is not bad, are in the Philippines or other places like that. And that's why $5, $10 to them is a lot of money. And they do these things. And some of them are good. So don't hold that against them. But it says up there, speaks English and then parentheses basic. And if I read you back a lot of the conversations we had, yeah, it was very basic English. So that may have been some of the problem with our communications. I'm trying to get what I wanted. So look for a good English speaker, speaks well English. Just take that in consideration. And take in consideration a lot of these people are in the Philippines or whatever. A lot, and I've heard some people get some good designs from these people. So I'm going to continue on looking for a good designer, and we'll see. I can spend a couple more, $5, $10 here or there, and make sure your final. You can probably I didn't try, but you can try communicating with the designer beforehand, and make sure what your final design file. Because that was getting me worried too, because he kept sending me JPEGs. And he was doing that because he was showing me JPEGs, what they look like on a shirt, as drafts. And I asked in my final message saying, okay, just fix the spelling and then send me the AI file. AI is an Illustrator file, for those that don't know. And I wanted the final AI file because I can make decals with that as well. I can make mugs if I had the final AI file. I just didn't want a JPEG. I know a lot of people use JPEGs and PNGs to make their t-shirts, but in my professional opinion, those are not the best files to use, because when you resize the file, if you resize down from a larger image to a smaller image, it doesn't hurt as much. But a JPEG and PNG are pixel based, and when you scale down, they're thrown away pixels. So you do lose it a little bit in quality because they throw away pixels. But when you're going smaller, it's not that big of a deal. Now when you're going bigger, there's holes missing. And so it gets pixelated and doesn't look well at all. If you're just going from, a little bit bigger, you might not notice it. And some programs that resample from smaller to bigger, they try to fill in the missing pixel spaces, and they don't always do a great job. Where Illustrator files, AI files, are vector-based, mathematical-based. And so you can size them any size. You can size them billboard size down to iPad cover size, and you get no loss in quality at all because it's all mathematic-based. So I personally try to do all my designs in vector-based, and I look for designers that are designing in vector-based and are going to give me a vector file. So if you don't have Illustrator or you don't use the free Inkscape, you may want a PNG or JPEG file. So you may want to communicate and make sure that's the end file you're going to get. Because if they give you an AI file and you can't convert it yourself, then you're SOL. All these abbreviations. So make sure you get the file you want at the end. But again, I highly recommend AI files in vector-based. And there'll be a link down below. It is a affiliate link to sign up for Illustrator. It's a subscription based now. They do have a lot of specials and sales. If you do Illustrator only, I think it's right now either $20 or $29 a month. If you think you're going to use Photoshop and other programs, I recommend getting the whole kit and caboodle because you get all the Adobe products: Photoshop, Lightroom, Illustrator, Premiere, which is their video program. But yeah, I think it's worth it. And if you're going to do a lot of designs, it's probably, that's a couple t-shirt sales and you've paid for. Or if you're using Printful, it's a couple t-shirts and onesies and mugs, whatever. So anyway, back to Fiverr. So I say my first experience was, but I'm going to continue on and do a couple more tries and see what happens. And if you really just don't have time to do designs, it may be good. I say my experience was 50-50 because the design he gave me, I could have come up with. I could have created it, but his design, I guess, visually wise, is a little bit different than for what I would have done. So on that way, it was okay. So it's a little bit a different style compared to what I normally do. But so maybe I'm being a little harsh on him. I don't know. I'll probably give him a 4 stars out of 5. So just those are things to look for when you're choosing your designer. Find one that you see his samples. They look good. Look at his reviews. This guy promised to design in 2 days. And yes, he delivered that. He was good at that. I took some time getting back to him. Every time I responded to him, he got back to me promptly, within minutes. So that was good. It's just only thing that taking points was it seems like he took my samples and kind of went from there. And I guess I was expecting more, and it could have been a communication problem. So I'm gonna give him maybe 4 out of 5 stars, maybe 5 stars. I don't know. But those are the points I want to make. Sorry for the long rambling video here, but I'm not dismissing Fiverr yet as a good source for designs for your t-shirts, mugs, or whatever you want to do. $5 is pretty cheap for a design. So that's it. So like and subscribe if you liked it, and if you didn't like it, go ahead and like it anyway. I don't care. Whatever. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and also videos on reselling. I do those a lot. Haul videos and more videos on design. You can check my series where this will be in the playlist for Printful and merch videos. If you want to see more of those, I'll have more of those, more tutorials on how to use Illustrator. So I hope you guys had a good week. Be happy. Say bye to my kitty back there. I don't know which one that is. It's either Stormy or Charlotte. And Mango's down there. All right. See you guys.